Alright, Steve, let's take you to school at the American Open. Now, this is like the only hole where you average actually higher than birdie. The tee shot's actually not easy, but since it's the very first shot on the course, like it doesn't matter because you can just, toss one out there, and if you don't get it, you restart. Really, what you're looking for is stay in the fairway, give yourself a shot at eagle here. Because very often I start hot runs by eagling this hole. Yeah, like I said, it's actually a tough tee shot. Get it in the fairway. That's not even fairway, that's fine. Just throw a dart up there, see if it sticks. It's fine. Alright, so starting 1 under. The thing is, to put us a competitive score now, but you really have to birdie most of the holes. They're all so freaking hard. Okay, this is a fun one. I play this one. Let me get out my little pointer. I play this through this gap always, unless there's a strong side wind, which I might come around the outside here. But I'm almost always playing through this gap, and I think, spend some time, I think I actually play a 5-wood. Yeah, check this out. That's off of the 75. Alright, these greens are gonna be faster, and I have to remember that. Alright, I used to try to get cheeky here, and I realized I had a lot more success just sending a driver. This is a great win for this hole too, because really you want to end up kind of in this. If you're in the fairway, great, but in this rough area is more common. So I just take a driver and just blast it. The wind will bring me down. Really, the wind's a lot worse when it's going like up, or it's gonna push you into that tall grass. There we go. I really didn't think the 5 would cover the tree. Dude, you guys are using too lofted clubs too much. I can already tell just by the way you guys are talking. All right. Obviously 2 here is just something that would just really get. Obviously a 2 here is incredible, but really you're playing for we're playing for birdies here on the AO. So I missed left, which is fine. That's where you want to miss. Oh my lord. Okay, now how did that not get there? I wasn't paying attention. Now I have a challenge. But we take those. But we take those challenges. We do not shy away from adversity. We are 3 under through 3. All right, here we are, 3 under through 3 on the American Open. We've all been here. We've all done this. This hole's all about the tee shot. I mean, you gotta thread the needle. You gotta not land in the sand trap, and you gotta not land in these trees. You gotta come right in through there. So it doesn't have to be long. Like, it doesn't matter if you're like right here or right here, but you gotta be in the fairway. With wind into us, I like that. I like that a lot, actually. Let's just play it right on the red. Could be trees. It's fucking trees. Ah, see, now I needed that to be fairway. I was going to play a crazy shot here. I needed that to be fairway, though. Yeah, I was going to whip. Now watch me whip. Now watch me nay-nay. Yeah, I'm going to keep playing. This is educational at this point. See this green? All right, now imagine I'm back in the fairway here. This green, you can't really go for the hole. Like, if you just close and hit a driver 100%. Did I hit a 3-wood there? because I agree. I thought I was hitting a driver, like just nearly 100. You can't go, like, you sit in the fairway, like, oh, I want to maybe possibly get a 2. And then you're playing with weird putts through these double arrows. Like, you have, like, I found so much more success in getting birdies just by playing it to the fat part of the green here from back there. And just not trying to go for too much. But, let's, you know, this could still be a score if I make this in. I shouldn't even have given up there. I should have tried to play for par. So you don't want this weird shit. You don't want this weird shit when you're playing for an actual score. Enough of that. Enough of that. End hole. All right. Number 5. Number 5 is just a long hole. It's just a long hole. Just put it, obviously tee shot, just put it in the fairway as far down as you can go. There's no reason to really try to get too greedy. Like, this might even be too far. I don't even know. That's fine. Obviously, the further down the better, but really just get one down there on the fairway. I've played around the idea of keeping this in the fairway. That way you have an easier shot for possibly getting a 2. As you can see in the top left, I've never gotten a 2. I'm just team send it. I'm just team send it nation on this. Just get that 3-wood out. Bite off every bit you can get. Let's see what happens here. This might be fine. If it kites, it's not fine. Yeah, and then the green's pretty straightforward. End hole. All right, number 6, highly requested. All right, there's 2 ways I play this hole. One is a little bit more theory. The second one I've refined a bit more, and I play a little bit more. But the first one, I did it once, and it's got potential for a 3. Which this is weird. Okay, so Grady saw me do this, so he can vouch. So I play it off the drive to like here, with the goal of, oh, let me undraw there, with the goal of shooting between these 2 trees through this space, landing in this area, giving you a legitimate shot at that pin for your 3rd shot, especially with the arrows and everything. Like, it's possible. Like, you can see I've done it, but it's crazy. Landing in, it has to be fairway. It can't be too far left or you'll hit the trees. And then I think you take like a 2-iron or like a 5-wood or something, and you got to just get it, because these are short trees here. This is like a little gap, and you can land it right in here, and then you have this shot. Now, I don't think that that's easy. If you needed the 2, if you needed the eagle, that's what I would say you do. But what I do is a little bit more of a birdie play, and I think it's a little bit higher percentage. So I take driver, and I kind of just push it right up into here. I don't care if it's rough. I mean, in a perfect world, like literally the best place you could be would be like right there. But I don't care if it's rough. I put my 2nd shot anywhere up into here. I don't need to get too far down in there. Honestly, I don't want to get too far down in there, because my 3rd shot I play through this gap. My 3rd shot I play through this gap, because you can kind of see it, but even the short trees really cut out here. So you can play it into this gap. You can just dribble it up into this part of the fairway, and then it's a putt. So watch. I'm gonna go for the birdie one, because I think it's more likely I'll pull it off, and that'll be a little bit more exciting. Boom. All right, get up there in the rough. Two-iron, like this, you don't need to bite off too much here. It really doesn't matter. But you kind of do want to stay up more on this high end, because it helps with the angle on the last shot. So 2-iron, just kind of like, we're really not trying to bite off too much there. Perfect. All right, now watch. Just like I said, through the gap. We're not going for the hole here. Like we're not even. There's not even a possibility that we make this. Like by taking this line, we are guaranteeing birdie or worse. But like even this at like 100, a little bit over 100 will do. Probably even more than that because it doesn't matter if you go too far. I might be in the rough, but this should be an easy chip. Ooh, okay, the wind really got me there. Yeah, I didn't aim that well. You can see, I mean, you can see I hit the orange tree. That was bad. But you can see how that could have played out. I probably would hit the red. Honestly, if I want a chance of making this, I think I have to go over, which is crazy. Not a bad look. Yep, but that's the theory of it. Number 7. All right, so this hole's a bitch. We've talked about the theory mechanic of the tree topper, which has yet to be proven. I'd love to hit one on stream. I'll post that on YouTube, where you clip the top of the tree and your momentum continues to carry you, maybe onto those double arrows in the front, but forward into the hole. I believe that is possible. I think that there's a way of doing that, but you certainly don't play for it, especially when you're posting a score. Honestly, if you've got a good run going to this point, I've been 6 under through 6, looking at hole 7, and just said, screw it, I'm taking par, right? And when you're going to do that, you blast the driver into the trees, you drop it right next to the hole, and you tap in for par. I call that the drop shot technique. You do a drop shot, blast your driver just straight into these trees. Like I would just do a 100% driver right here, just like this. I would take a drop, put me like literally like right here, and then you just tap it in. But if you want to, get competitive and post a lower score, and if you're not trying to do that, then why are we here? We have to talk about ways of shooting birdie. Now, I've tried to land it in this area, and that works. I've tried to land it up this side here, and that works too. But I've found that those require a little bit of touch. So this is behind the scenes. This is a secret here. So this is what I've been doing. And I think Grady, you said something when you were here that kind of implied that you also have done this. But I blast one at the tree, and I see what I get. Like literally, I roll the dice, and if I don't have a good look, yeah, it's too deep. All right, so there's no shot here. So I'm gonna take a drop and just take my par. But if you get it right into the tree trunk, like literally, like if you have it lined up and it hits like this part of the tree, it might end up like right around here. At which point, honestly, I say go for it and just try to chip in and take that too. But I don't even like this putt. Yeah, we make it. You can hit the roof and roll up to the right. Yeah, I know. It's I think it just depends on how you're doing up to that point. Like 75% of the time. Well, the thing is, like I've done that, and then if you miss the chip from, I like the way I did it there, because the chip is with the arrows, and you're guaranteeing that you got a straight putt for par. Like that way, I've just messed it up too many times, and I'd kind of like that this way gives you the bailout for a guaranteed par whenever you want to take it. Putt over the arrows. Yeah, I mean, dude, that's a solid. That's probably a higher birdie % chance than the way I showed you, but mine has a higher par. I usually I just drop shot it. I agree, but maybe. All right, this hole's a doozy, because this one just always makes you think that, like, I can get this close. I find that you play it up far here, you play your second shot just to this back tier, and you don't go too far the hole. Don't get into this tree nonsense. It's not worth it. No way. There's no way you almost hit a hole in one on that hole. What club did you use? Did you hit the top of the tree? I don't understand how you possibly have done that. Forearm bounce it in between the two trees to the front. No way. Did it like scrape the trees? Like it went like almost like it went through air, but it went through the branches. So on this hole, just get one up to the end of the fairway here. Went under them. No way. You could go under those trees? Hold on, that's fascinating. Wild. Cole's out here Discovering mechanics. I never thought about that. Okay, I'm gonna have to take a look at that. I'm definitely gonna take a look at that. So here we are in the second shot. Like literally, all right, this is freaking ideal. Like this is better than I almost ever do on my tee shot. So I want to try to get this close. We have ideal tee shot, ideal wind, and this is still impossible. Like I don't see how you don't hit this tree here and have this shot rolling when it gets near the hole. I don't see the two. Like I'd be tempted to like try to hit a little bit more club and try my tree topper theory, but in order to get the momentum, I think that would require that might send me into the water. The birdie play here, honestly, is to play it left and then hit the putt, and that's what I'm gonna do. Yeah, something like that. I mean, honestly, it's a little bit further left than is ideal, but you know, if you want to score in the American Open, you got to make putts. That's what Grandma always said. Or blast him over the hole. That was just too much power. But you get the idea. Class understands number 8. All right, number 9. This has been yeah, hammered it. I know. Number 9. This has been asked for. I've looked for lines to these trees. I just don't see them. Yeah, I've looked for lines to these trees. There might be a shape that's technically possible that puts you through this gap, especially this far in. If you're this far in the round, that means you got a score going. You just don't play that. Just make sure you don't hit this tree at the beginning. Make sure you don't end up in the thick stuff. Like this wind is ridiculous. I like a 2-iron here. Like honestly, a lot of times I'm kind of deep. Like I'm back in here, but really I just want to chip at birdie. Like this is a par hole. So wind 9.5 in my face. Like I don't even think I get over that at this point. Usually that's not the wind, right? Like usually you have something else, so you just blast a 3-wood up into this area. You know, I've gotten it on the fringe here. I think a 2's possible. You know, with a better to a driver draw. With the wind 9.5, like I don't like that's just gonna end up straight. That's just a driver with less power. This wind is really screwing me on this one, but yeah, I'm gonna play a shape right here. I think I got a little bit more room than I think I do. Yeah, honestly, okay. Here's what we're gonna do. Coming out of that thick grass might not, with the wind like this, you probably can't even get up there. Let's just play something like that. Just play a little. Yeah, see, I didn't even want to go in there, but I did. So this, I don't even think this is gonna come out. I think it's gonna come all the way back into the grass. Yeah. It's fine. We got another one. Like, I'm giving this everything. Can't even get there. It's going backwards now. I've actually never seen that. That would be the coolest trick shot if you made one like that. Bogey. Okay. We'll finish this flop shot. I know. I'm plus 17 through 9. Yeah, it's a bitch. This one's a bitch. Okay, number 10. Like, this is the hardest course goal. This one's just an outlier by a lot. Number 10 is one of the easiest holes though. It's pretty straightforward, honestly, compared to all the other ones. If you don't get a good drive, sometimes it can be tough to get a second shot up there. So let's make sure we get a good drive. This might get pushed up too far. The 9.8 wind is strong. Oh, that's perfect. Okay, number 10. Pop one up there. Goodbye, Steve. I mean, that's a bird. Love to see it. This hole is, okay, this is just a nightmare of a hole. I've had the most success by just sending a driver up to this far island, because really, if you don't do that, if you're back here, you don't really have a lot of options. You got to get something up far enough so that you're not hitting your second shot just onto this island, and then your third shot just somewhere back here, and then your fourth shot just hoping to be near, and then hoping to possibly sink a par putt. I've played it down here before. That's something you can do. But yeah, I play it down to this island, and you got to get it there, especially with the wind in your face. That might be too far right. Yeah, like shit like that happens. Now look, I'm all the way back here. Like it's just such a hard hole. And if you got to get on the fairway, if you're on the fairway, then you can take a wood down there, and it becomes easier. I haven't even eagled this hole, but you can. But yeah, end hole. This is a really tough par 3. I mean, really, you could play a drop shot here and just guarantee the par. I usually go short, then to the island of the sand, then onto the green with a birdie putt. Okay. Yeah, I think that, I mean, that just seems, there's just all that puddle hopping. But yeah, I think that works. That works. This hole's rude. I think what I want to do is play it into the rough here and then try to chip in, and then just, you know, if you par, you par. I'm gonna try that right now. You got to make sure you clear the water, though, is the problem here. Yeah, see, that's the shit like that. Like, you hit it far enough on this hole, and then it's just splash. I like the faster greens. I like the faster greens. Okay. Few holes left. Let's finish the tutorial. This one will really piss you off if you don't see it coming, because as he hits in the water, exactly. You gotta make sure you get there on that last par 3. This one will really piss you off if you don't see it coming, because you don't pay attention. You're like, all right, I'm just gonna put a drive out there in the fairway, but a driver can't clear these trees. I think a 5-wood can, depending on which part of the tree you go over. I know a 2-iron can, so I just played 2-iron. Just give it some love. Don't hit it into the sand trap. Now you're way out, you know, like that's the nature of the beast, but that's how it has to be. Toss one down there. Try to get to that back right side of the green. That's fun. A little flag stick action. It's not gonna bird. Difficult hole here. It comes down to how well you can place this tee shot, because if you're in the rough, or if you're in the sand, or if you're in the trees, you're done. But if you're in the fairway, you're not done. Not as difficult as like some of the other holes in this course, to be honest, but played it a little safe. Keep it back from that sand. And, two's a possibility here. Those arrows in the back don't really hurt you. They kind of help you. Eesh. You blast it. How the hell did that not go as fast? All right, final stretch. Honestly, I haven't spent a lot of time looking at this one. I just play it out to the left here and then try to make it. I'm not playing for hole-in-ones. Maybe Cole will find a way to hole-in-oneing on this hole. I want to look into that 4-iron under the tree business. Maybe, yeah, see, I play it out left and then try to come up and birdie it. All right, 16. This is a gettable par five, like a very gettable par five. You have to get your tee shot out into this tier, like this, like literally this left half of the fairway here. But if you do, you will be rewarded. Wha-bam. See, now the only reason that that's going to work out fine, actually it would be fine kind of in a lot of scenarios, but the wind is really good for this scenario right now. Like, it's got to get there though. Yeah, look at that. That's a good shot. Pow. And you blasted over the hole because the greens are much faster than the last course you played on stream, but that's okay because this is a demonstration. We are not playing for a score. The 2 is possible there. This is an interesting hole. The tee shot's not that hard. Just obviously, hit the fairway. You don't need to think too much about it, especially with this wind. It's really going to play into where you want to be. Thanks, Grady. The fairways aren't lightning fast like Sunnydale, so that holds. Now, too many times, especially with a wind that's either down or in your face, too many times I've not gotten this as far as they wanted, and you end up riding those arrows into the water. So really, I mean, obviously a 2 would be great here, but when you're playing for a score, you got to get it past the hole and then just putt back. Because if you're anywhere on that green, you're making that putt. But I'm going to completely ignore the advice I just gave you and see if I can make this. See how sensitive that is? If you catch those arrows, you're done. That was almost really good. Like it's not worth the risk there. It's just not. You birdie that hole. Don't try to get the eagle. You're gonna kill your round. And if you're on freaking 17, you've got a round. Lock it in, for Christ's sake. Okay, here's 18. I only ever play this hole, when I'm incredibly nervous and I'm sweating from my fingertips and I'm super scared because I've gotten this far and I have blown probably 3 or 4 really good rounds on this hole because this green has a similar thing to 17. But number 1, you got to hit the fairway, and it's skinny. And if you don't hit the fairway, you're not done, but you're pretty done. Like if you want to birdie this, you got to hit the fairway. So take the wind in consideration and just trust yourself and just hit the best drive of your career. I think I missed right. Yep. Boom. Okay. Whatever, say Levy. Pretend I did hit the fairway. Now, this is just like 17. If you go after the hole here, you're going to end up going into the water. Just, assume you're on the fairway. Just take your damn birdie. Just take it. Just put your iron out to the left. Something just like that, right? And now it's just a matter of getting that speed right. Boom. Yeah. And in today's demonstration, we skipped some holes. We just posted monster birdies for the sake of time. But that is how I play the American Open, and that is how I've shot my -13. Could potentially shoot lower. I think even on that -13, I was like, man, that could have been a -15 or better. But that's how we do it, boys. With that, we're going to be wrapping up today's stream. Thank you for everybody who joined. Thank you everyone who followed. I'm going to be doing some more of this shiz. I think I might even post these on YouTube. Let's get the Pixel Pro Golf community going here. Let's get it started from the grassroots. Great stream. Thanks, brother. Yeah. Let's make some things happen. But if you guys want to get on the spreadsheet, to anybody, like honestly, even if you're just some random person watching this, join our little community. DM me on Instagram, I guess. My Instagram is @AEIMiller. I'll throw it up on the screen. And yeah, let me know that you're playing Pixel Pro Golf. Let's get it going. Good night. I love you all. and I will let you guys know next time I'm streaming.